This is Memoirs of a Renaissance Man. My name is David Ahern. Memoir number 82, Attack of the Leaves. The assault comes slowly at first, with barely a whisper. It happens so slowly, but by the time you notice it, it's too late. Though it's spring, Galveston Island does the opposite of what's expected. The leaves come falling down from somewhere, and with such persistent tenacity that the battle lines are drawn before the assaulted can take up arms, or in this case, rakes. Avenue L has become the battleground in my war, smack dab in the center of the island, the front lines in this spring equinox that defies expectations. Like the Hatfields and McCoys, neighbors square off with leaf blowers and rakes in hand as the island winds play double agent, conspiring to wreak havoc on the Gulf Coast, taking no prisoners in the process. As our first full year of residence draws to a close, with spring marking the end of a remarkable renaissance of the soul, questions arise about the perplexing situation we find ourselves in. We are at war with the leaves, and it appears the leaves are winning. Across Avenue L from us, in the big yellow house, stands Brian, with a team of workers by his side, leaf blowers in hand, and they have little regard for where their ammunition lands. Across 33rd from us is the beloved Mr. Cook, who has waved the white flag of surrender, ending the war with the leaves many decades prior, after a lifetime of living on the island and realizing the futility of squaring off with Mother Nature. Mr. Cook sits, he watches, he smiles, and he doesn't fret. I, on the other hand, stand at the center, hopelessly trying to fill my cheap black knockoff construction bags, purchased at a discount, have you, with the remnants from all sides of our quiet corner at 33rd and L, coming towards our home. This was all new to me, of course, so I went on a quest to discover why this phenomenon occurs each March on Galveston Island. With its ever-changing face and mild temperament, each gust of the Gulf breeze brings a touch of coastal charm that might have just won my heart as my favorite spot to spend spring, certainly in all of Texas. It sits poised between land and sea, where wild winters seamlessly merge into the renewal of spring with barely a hint of transition occurring. Now, I know what many of you may say, yeah, but we got snow this year. This is true. But ask anyone who lives north of the Mason-Dixon line if 48 hours of snow constitutes winter, and you likely will not find any allies. They won't agree, and they will call you certain names that imply you're not tough. Galveston Island creates a perennial stage for a curious dance between nature and neighbor. In this idyllic beach setting, the foliage doesn't heed the rigid dictates of seasonal change. Instead, leaves pirouette down from branches at their own caprice, refusing to be bound to the calendar's conventions. The island winds, those relentless caretakers of chaos, breathe life into this spectacle, whisking leaves from their lofty perches to every hidden corner of our humble plots. Here, the wind acts as both artist and agitator, swirling yesterday's leaves into today's menace, challenging us to see the beauty in the disruption and keeping us at bay. And certainly it's keeping our curses under hushed private breaths. So I asked my neighbor Brian about this peculiar time on the island. I said, where did all these leaves come from? I asked him as his team of minions blew a football field of leaves to my side of the street. This happens every March, he said. That's why my guys come out once a week in March. Every week they come out and they do the leaves, he added, with his $100 Cuban cigar in one hand and mojito in the other. Wait until April when the green slime arrives, he said, walking off to presumably corner the market on some cryptocurrency. Green slime, I wondered. What the hell is he talking about? I've learned Mother Nature's theater doesn't pause come spring on the island. On the contrary, the story evolves. As April emerges, fresh hues of green drape over the branches, heralding new growth. Yet, with this renewal comes another delightful complication. As the trees' sap ooze forth in tiny invisible droplets, they land right on our windshield. The sticky embrace of nature's lifeblood has a proclivity for adorning our windshields, leaving its mark as a reminder that the island's floral wields a multifaceted palette. Residents, now seasoned protagonists in this seasonal play, forewarn of the ritual scouring that is required to reclaim clear vision once the trees have expressed themselves. This is where owning a car wash on the island would bring pay dirt. If only you could make your way through the bureaucratic red tape to get the go-ahead to do so. I mentioned this offhandedly to Brian, and I see him jot a note in his phone, gearing up for his next island venture. With numerous projects under his belt, it seems there's no slowing him down or his entrepreneurial spirit in any way. The battleground of the War of the Leaves spreads across the island. A short walk down Avenue O reveals the relentless struggle we're all having, where the warriors of tidiness take up arms to defend their prestigious reputation. I'm fairly certain the O stands for opulence, and these guardians of greenery are committed not to just keeping the leaves at bay, but to ensuring their stretch of road retains its title as one of the best on the island. For many, like Mr. Cook, they have long ago given up their war with the leaves. Like Mahatma Gandhi, who preached nonviolence, these BOIers, this stands for Born on Island, they inherently understand the best way to wage war, like Gandhi, is oftentimes not to fight back. Anytime a hurricane can come and take us away, Mr. Cook says. I'm not too worried about a couple of leaves, he says, while not leaving his porch. But if you want to come over here and rake my pile, I won't stop you with my can of mace. You can go right ahead and have at it. But in the meantime, I'm just going to sit. In this little corner of 33rd and L, these ordinary yet extraordinary experiences, what they do is they connect us. They forge a bond among island dwellers as we navigate nature's whims together. We have two uniquely diverse ways to conduct our battle with Mother Gaia. We can learn to dance with the leaves and sway with the sap's arrival, celebrating the charming idiosyncrasies that make this our home, this wonderful place that makes it so uniquely Galveston. Or we can fight it until we finally realize the leaves are going to fall no matter how much we rake them. It's tough to gauge the best course of action. Rake endlessly like Sisyphus, pushing that rock up the hill, or relax like Mr. Cook and let the tides guide you out to sea. I've come to learn either way the leaves win. It's only our state of mind during the process that determines whether or not we are at peace with March on the island. And this is such a rich metaphor, and it's just one more lesson that the island delivers for anyone patient enough to listen. For more, go to daviddanielbooks.com.